In what comes as an insult to the memory of the Sukma martyrs, the truck carrying the martyrs' mortal remains was stopped en route Patna airport. All this because Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar's cavalcade was passing through that route. Another case of blatant VVIP racism there. In fact, the love for the Lal Bati clearly seen in those pictures there. You can see the Bihar Chief Minister's convoy passing by, and you can also see the truck of the Jawan which carried the mortal remains of our Jawan, which is en route to the Bihar airport, the Patna airport, I beg your pardon, stopped in the traffic signal there in the background. Let's go across to my colleague Shyam Sundar now. Before we go across to Shyam Sundar, let's quickly have a look at those pictures there. These are the pictures from Patna where you can see Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar's convoy coming out, and you can see that on the left hand side of the screen you can see the truck which is carrying the mortal remains of our Jawans stuck in the traffic jam. Let's go across to my colleague Shyam Sundar now, joining me over the phone now. Shyam Sundar, clearly a case of VVIP racism, very disturbing.
Well, absolutely, it's a sheer case of VVIP racism, and it also shows how insensitive the political class is, where you can clearly see in the pictures that the convoy of the Chief Minister of Bihar, Nitish Kumar, is passing through, and the truck which was carrying the coffin of the martyrs had to stop at the exit gate of airport. Now, let me tell you that the program which was attended by the Chief Minister was just next to the airport, but the Chief Minister found no time to pay tribute to the martyrs. Rather, he was busy attending a program which was organized by the Road Construction Department, where the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister were present. And the visuals clearly show that on the left-hand side, you can see where the truck carrying the martyrs has been stopped. You can also see a policeman standing there, and he's not letting any vehicle pass from there, and the convoy of the CM is made to pass smoothly and swiftly from that road. So clearly it shows how insensitive our political class has become, and it also shows it's an example of the VVIP racism.
Very disturbing there, Shyam Sundar. In fact, we can understand that the CM's convoy was passing through, but the body of the martyr was in that truck, and the insensitivity of our politicians that they actually made the truck carrying the mortal remains of our Jawan stop that in the traffic signal there.
Well, yes, absolutely. You can clearly see that the convoy of the Chief Minister is made to pass. And let me tell you that when the Chief Minister convoy pass through any roads in Patna, the traffic is made to stop just 5 minutes before. So definitely this clearly means that the truck was stopped much before the Chief Minister's convoy had passed through it. So clearly it shows how the VVIPs think, and they take it as a privilege for them that whatsoever be, they need the roads to be closed for them, and everything should be shut when they are passing through the street or the road. And this is clearly an example of how insensitive our politicians are, and the visuals clearly establish that the Chief Minister, rather than paying a tribute to the martyrs of the Sukma incident, where 6 Jawans of Bihar had laid their life, but you can clearly see that Chief Minister doesn't stop there. Neither he goes to the airport to pay tributes. Rather, it's being said that he watched a film from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. which was organized by the State Art and Culture Department, a film which was made on Gandhi. He watched the film from 4 to 7 p.m. and from then later on he went to another event which was very close to the airport. The Chief Minister could have found time at least for the martyrs, and could have at least gone to the airport to pay tribute. Just 5 minutes he could have gone to the airport to pay tribute to the Jawan, because he was attending a function which was just next to the airport.
So from what we understand, Shyam Sundar, the CM did not even pay his last respects to the Jawans. We understand that he was not present there before the body moved.
Well, let me tell you that the plane carrying the Jawan's body reached Patna at around 7:45 or 50, and the Chief Minister, and after the salute and the Guard of Honor which was organized at the airport, the vehicle left the airport at around 8:10 or 8:15, and it's being said that when the truck carrying the martyrs was coming out, the Chief Minister was also present just next to the airport. He was attending a function along with the Deputy Chief Minister. So definitely everything was known to the Chief Minister. It was nothing was known. He clearly knew that the bodies of the 6 martyrs was coming to Patna, and he was present next to the airport. He then knew the state government had all information because the state government was represented by the commissioner, the DM and the SSP of Patna. No minister from the state was present there. Only the state government was represented by his officials, and the JDU MLA Shyam Rajak was present. So definitely the chief minister could have stopped at least for 5 minutes and gone to the airport, paid tribute to the Jawans, but rather he did not do so. Rather, it clearly shows that how the truck carrying the coffins of the martyrs was made to stop and the chief minister's convoy made to pass through that road.
In fact, we're now joined by Mr. Major General G.D. Bakshi joining me now over the phone. Mr. Bakshi, blatant case of VVIP racism there. As you can see, those footage which has emerged from Patna, the martyr's body was in a truck and the truck was made to wait at a signal when the CM's convoy passed by.
This is, I would say, true sensitive. And this is not, one did not expect this from the chief minister of the state of Bihar. We have had earlier cases in which one of the ministers in Bihar passed very callous comments against the security forces, armed forces, personnel, and implied that they are paid to die and then no big deal if they get killed. That's what they are paid for. That was a callous sentiment expressed by one of the ministers. And I thought after that corrective action would have been taken. In fact, I recall, I personally got a call from one of the districts in Bihar that they were holding a ceremony to honor the families of the martyrs, and they wanted to atone for what the minister had said. That is the ground sentiment of the people of Bihar. And I and a number of our veterans had collected there, and we had a wonderful program in Guri Shrava, where the martyrs' families were honored. Now to have such an incident again, close on, on the heels of that previous one.
Mr. Bakshi, I'll just put you on hold there. In fact, I'm now joined by the Union Minister Rajiv Pratap Rudy, who's now joining me now over the phone. Mr. Rudy, this footage is from Patna, and you can see very clearly the CM's convoy passing, and the truck carrying the Jawans, the martyrs' remains, was made to wait in the traffic signal.
Well, these are just the visuals, and but I'm sure the state administration would have informed the chief minister that the martyrs' body are coming along. And if they have not informed, then it's a sad story about the state of affairs in Bihar. In fact, if martyrs' body were being brought into Patna, then I think chief minister should have been present there. But despite that, if the convoy is stopped, I think the system in Bihar is actually not functional, which is not very unusual. So if I have to criticize Nitish Kumar, I would not, because this is usually what happens in Bihar. B, he should be aware. He did not feel aware of what is happening in Bihar because these things don't matter. C, a situation which has prompted this story could have been best avoided if the CM or his secretariat was aware. But I can only tell that once the CM's movement takes place, nothing moves. Nothing moves there in Patna. So having said that, it's sad. It's just a sad story of what is Bihar. That's all.
Mr. Rudy, we also understand the Chief Minister did not even go to the airport when the 6 martyrs who were gotten to the airport. The CM did not even go to the airport to pay his respects.
No, my point, if you didn't hear me what I had to say. I said that usually if martyrs from Bihar are coming, a CM should have been informed or would have been. If he has been informed and he chose to watch a movie, as you say, then it's a very sad story. But if his secretariat or his system failed to inform him, that's a serious issue. This is Bihar. There's nothing very unusual about it. B, if his convoy had to move, the insensitivity of the system in Bihar or the insensitivity of the administration in Bihar, nothing very unusual for last 30 years. 15 years in Lalu Yadav, 15 years in Nitish Kumar. Nothing very unusual. And people like us, we are politicians from Bihar, but it's usual. We watch it every day. But having said that, Nitish Kumar ji, if he was not aware of the martyrs coming, then there is a hole, because for for a system in Bihar, few deaths, martyrs here and there does not matter, because 50 people at an average get killed in Bihar every day with a population of 11 crores. So for a chief minister, these things are not very unusual. But I'm sure he would not have prompted this whole situation altogether. His system works like this, and his priorities are different. So don't ask me to make any other further comment, but I'm sure...
Thank you, Mr. Rudy.
CM would respond to this. I'm sure he would respond to this, and I'm sure he would be very apologetic when he does that. He should.
Thank you, Mr. Rudy, the Union Minister, joining us there over the phone. This is how the system works in Bihar. In fact, the system is on display there. The CM's convoy passing and the truck carrying the mortal remains of the Jawan stuck in the traffic jam. In fact, let's go across to RSN Singh now, joining me over the phone. Mr. RSN Singh, the height of VVIP racism there on display in Patna. You can see the pictures clearly showing the convoy getting precedence over the truck carrying the mortal remains of our Jawan.
No. It's not just a question of administrative lapse. The situation is far more serious. Let me tell you, Nitish Kumar's Gaya, when he was the chief minister, there was a diktat issued by the Naxalites, and no less than the district magistrate told me this when I was doing a study on the Naxalism. It was a union government-sponsored study, and the DM told me that there was a diktat issued by the Maoists that nobody will, hoist Indian flag on the Independence Day, and there was one young girl, who was in class 8, and she defied the orders. And she hoisted the Indian flag, and she and her family has been missing since then. And let me tell you, who are the biggest beneficiaries of prohibition? The Maoists. The entire mafia of bootlegging has been taken over by the Maoists.
Mr. RSN Singh, I'll just put you on hold there. I have Mr. Ram Kripal Singh now joining me over the phone. Mr. Ram Kripal, if you can hear me, sir, can you see those pictures which are flashing? You can clearly see that the CM's convoy is getting precedence there over the truck carrying the mortal remains of our martyr.
Pardon?
Mr. Ram,
please repeat.
Mr. Ram Kripal Yadav, if you can hear me, in Patna, these are the scenes playing out. The CM's convoy stops a truck carrying the mortal remains of a martyr.
Yes. अरे भाई, ऐसा है कि मैंने पहली दफा देखा कि मुख्यमंत्री के घर के पास एयरपोर्ट है और 6 बिहार के जवान शहीद हो गए देश की रक्षा के लिए, अमन और शांति के लिए, और मुख्यमंत्री जी को इतनी भी फुर्सत नहीं थी कि वो आकर के उसके प्रति श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करते। एक बात और, मंत्री को भी नहीं भेज पाया, किसी को, कोई मुख्यमंत्री का भी घर पास में है वो भी नहीं आ पाए। और तो और जब उसका डेड बॉडी लेके जा रहा था तो उनका जो कारकेट है उसको निकालने के लिए उस डेड बॉडी को इतना भी सम्मान नहीं कि एक रुक जाते, उसको सैल्यूट मारने के बाद कम से कम रुक के उसके सम्मान करते, गाड़ी को बढ़ाते, पर इतना भी नहीं हो सका। ये संवेदनहीन सरकार है, मुख्यमंत्री संवेदनहीन है। और फिल्म देख रहे हैं, फिल्म तो बाद में भी देख सकते थे, मगर ये मौका तो नहीं आएगा। और परिवार जो चला गया देश के लिए, अमन के लिए, शांति के लिए, और नौजवान चला गया, शहीद हो गया, उसकी कोई चिंता नहीं है। कितने संवेदनहीन है ये सरकार, ये दिखने को बनती है। वेरी सैड, वेरी सैड।
Thank you, Mr. Ram Kripal Yadav, for those comments there. In fact, the MOS Rural Development sharing his thoughts. The Chief Minister of Bihar busy watching a film is what he says. And he also says that the CM could not even spare time or send any of his representatives to pay respect to the martyr. 6 martyrs, the mortal remains of 6 martyrs was in Patna airport. And we can see those pictures there, the truck carrying the mortal remains stuck in the traffic even as the CM's convoy passes.